achievements. I was actually trying to go for the true ending for Defect, but then I realized the relics I got weren't that useful, so I'm like, oh, maybe I can just skip this relic and go for the Hunius relics achievements. So at the very beginning of the game, I decided to switch my starter relic with a random boss relic, and I got very lucky to get the curse key, since this relic would give you an extra energy in exchange for getting a curse card every time you open a chest. So the easy way to counter against that is to simply never open any chests. I would also recommend to fill up your potion slots, but I didn't do that. I only have one potion, which is the reviving potion, and that's good enough for this run. For the cards, I tried to aim for power cards that will give me more cards, such as Hello World, which adds a random common card at the start of your turn, Creative AI, which will add a random power card. I find these useful for enemies where they will give you so much status cards and you didn't end up drawing any useful cards. So these power cards will guarantee at least you have something playable in your hand. Ooh, looking back, I should not have ended my turn there because I only have like 2 more cards to play the following turn. With Tommy Eater, you really gotta calculate how many cards you're going to play this turn. I got very lucky I was able to tank through that. The key point of Defect is the orbs, so I really make sure I have a lot of cards that will give me different types of orbs. I also find Defect just easier than other characters in general, since the orbs can at least give you some extra damage or defense. Plus it will be a very overpowered card if you channel enough frost, but I did it in this run, so that wasn't too much damage. And this time I learned my lesson and stopped playing at the ace card. I think 4 cards is enough for 1 turn, since I have 4 energies. Storm is so overpowered with Creative AI, since we're guaranteed to get a power card every turn, so basically we can just channel an extra lightning for free. And I think that really helped dealing extra damage to the boss, since I wasn't really playing much attacking cards. Dual casting cards are also very good to have here, such as the upgraded Dual Cast, the upgraded Zap, Boot Sequence, Seek, especially if the relic you're using doesn't give you an extra energy. I remember trying to challenge this achievement on Ironclad, and I was just running out of energy so easily. But Ironclad could be easier since its default relic gives you heal at the end of a battle, which can help with normal fights. The Silent is definitely the worst for me though. The default relic, which is so unhelpful, and a lot of Silent cards are like, get the energy next turn, but I need the energy this turn, you know? So thank you Defect for being so much easier. Both default cards, aside from the attack and defenses of the Defect, can be upgraded to cost 0 energy, and I think that just makes a huge difference in attempting this achievement. Defect also has Recycle, which will give the energy this current turn. I know Silence does have cards like, oh, if this card is discarded then you can get energy, but if you don't have a card that discards other cards in your hand, then you can't even play that card. But for Recycle, all you need is a card that costs at least 1 energy to be able to gain at least 1 energy. I was lucky enough to get the Capacitor power card, so now I have 5 orbs, and with Focus of 4, basically we can deal 35 damage every turn, even if we play no cards.